Hello and welcome to a new season of the ERC. This is the FIA European Rally Championship, and this year we make 8 stops around Europe, starting off in the Azores, an archipelago based of 9 volcanic islands in the North Atlantic Ocean. We're about 1,300 kilometres west of Portugal, the furthest west in Europe you can go. And the battle will last for 7 months, from March to October. Round 1 is the Azores, and it's the 52nd running of the event in 2017 and hosts the opening round of the new ERC season. Spectacular stages are characterised by their sandy surface and narrow undulating nature, and because the stages are so often no wider than a car, it's simply no margin for error. But before we tackle the opening round, let's have a look back at last year's highlights, with Kajetanovic taking the lead and winning the ERC for the second time in 2016. With 1 victory to his name, he counted on points to rack up the prizes to become overall champion at the end of the season. Alexei Lukanuk improved all season in 2016 with victories on the opening round in Canaries and also in Cyprus. He's one to watch this year. Also is Raf Simashis, the Latvian driver, stepped up to the game in a Skoda Fabia R5 and won on the Acropolis Rally last year, aged just 21. 2 more wins followed in Estonia and on his home rally in Latvia. Marian Griebel became the ERC Junior Champion and this year steps up to the game in an R5 Skoda Fabia. 2017 will mark a new chapter in the ERC with the brand new Junior Under 28 category. The young drivers will be able to drive an R5 car against the experienced drivers such as Kajetanovic.
We have amazing competition this year, 25 or 28 drivers in R5 cars. I hope we can fight like in last year, but it's gonna be a big challenge. That's why I'm here. This is very important for me, good fight.
Already in an R5 last year, Simashis will be a title contender in the Junior Under 28 category.
Like always, it's battle for victory. When we have more opposition from youngsters especially, it's interesting. A bit worry about some drivers, but anyway, some thrills are welcome.
Marian Griebel was last year's ERC Junior Champion, and now Griebel is driving a 4-wheel drive car.
For sure, it was always the dream to drive an R5 car, but yeah, I did it one time, and if you sat one time in such a car, you will never go out of it. So it was for sure an extra motivation to find enough budget to do it this year, a whole season.
And with the new category in Junior Under 28, attracting new manufacturers like Peugeot, which is coming back with a strong team to the ERC. We returned because we're faithful to the European Rally Championship, and we're really happy to be this year in the ERC once again. Why do we take the decision? To replace it in the context of Peugeot Sport, we have our Peugeot Rally Academy with the 208 R2 in France, the Peugeot Cup. Now it's the outcome for our young drivers, for our promotion, and what Eurosport offers, it's very good for our drivers. We used to do it in the past.
Yeah, it's a good championship. I think have a lot of different rallies, also different surface, gravel, tarmac, so I think will be interesting for the future to compete on this championship.
I know Kaito, Alexei, Moura really fast, but we want party also.
And in the Junior Under 27 category, the drivers under 27-year-old will be driving the R2 cars, which is the 2-wheel drive, little smaller buzz box.
It's my 4th time in the Azores. I've won it before, so really confident. Just can't wait to get started. Done a lot of work with the team, a lot of preparation, so we need to try and get that first win.
Round 1 of the ERC in 2017 kicks off here on the extreme western edge of Europe, out in the Atlantic Ocean, on the beautiful volcanic island chain of the Azores. And as ever, The action got underway in style around Ponta Delgada on the island of San Miguel, with the spectacular city show taking over the streets and echoing to the sound and the screaming engines of the rally cars on Wednesday evening. The streets lined by thousands of spectators as the rally roars into town, and we kick off the ERC in 2017 in true style. Back for 2017, also we have the ERC qualifying stage, where all drivers have to blast down a short competitive stage to determine their road selection for the opening tests of the event. Kajetan Kajetanovic, reigning ERC champion, defending his title this year, was first onto the qualifying stage. And no stranger to this loose surface, set the fastest time in QS. Alexei Lukanuk was second quickest through. Lukanuk's going to be a strong contender this year. And so will this one. Ricardo Mora, he's one to watch here in the Azores, having won the event last year. It was a clean run through the qualifying stage. He's got plenty of support from his home fans here in the Azores. Nikolai Gryazin, fourth fastest through the qualifying stage. He's only 19 years old and very, very mature behind the wheel of his Fabia R5. Jose Suarez, fifth quickest through in the Peugeot 208 T16. So having completed the 3-kilometre qualifying stage, it's then time to pick their road position for the opening stages of the event. Kaito, quickest through, choosing to go 15th on the road. Kaito hoping to capitalise on the swept gravel off the stage there to find a clean racing line.
Top 15 qualifiers from the... Where he's going to go, yeah, okay. You can keep out of everyone's way so I'm not in your pictures.
So it's quite a processional order after Kaito sets the benchmark of where to go.
On this rally you never know because the weather condition is changing, so the first position is better when it's raining, but this is lottery and I like it also.
So with the pomp and ceremony out of the way, we come back in a couple of minutes here at the ERC. We get our teeth stuck into the championship. See us in a moment. Welcome back to the Azores, round one of the 2017 ERC Championship. And the gloves are off, and we're getting ready to get stuck into the first stages of the event. Stages 1 and 2 coming up next. The first stage of the event is just a short, crowd-pleasing, super special stage. Only 2.4 kilometres in length, and then onto the proper gravel surface at 7.08 kilometres in length. Stage number 2 coming up. But this is Jose Suarez. First stage starting off onto asphalt and then straight into gravel around a purpose-built arena in front of thousands of spectators, but Suarez driving the 208 T16. Pretty good. And then we're just following him now in our ERC helicopter as he's tackling stage number 2. Had a better run through stage 2, 7th fastest through this one, picking up some minor damage as well in the stage. Nikolai Gryazin showing us how to drive one of these Skoda Fabia R5s, having a little bit of better pace in this stage. Faster in this stage than he was in qualifying. The 19-year-old driver is certainly a talent to watch in the future. Long, wide, sweeping gravel stages here in the Azores, but the weather's very, very changeable. So we're heading through stage 2 at the moment as it switches from gravel to asphalt. You can see the visibility's pretty good, but as the weekend rolled on, the weather certainly deteriorated here in the Azores. And this is Ricardo Mora on the first stage of the event. Certainly showing off to his home crowd. The crack and bang of anti-lag there as he plants the R5 through the opening stage of the event. Third position and third fastest through after stage 1, but as we follow him now on stage number 2, he's using some of his local knowledge to his own advantage on his home surface. Remember, Ricardo Mora won this event last year. As he dabs on the brakes there, the Fiesta R5 almost burying its nose into the tarmac just to decelerate round. Now this is Alexei Lukyanuk. His campaign for 2017 was to be in the WRC in WRC2, but due to budgetary requirements he's having another blast round on the ERC for 2017, and his campaign is underway as he heads into stage 2 here. Is no stranger to the surface here in the Azores. Last year was on charge for a win. But a turbo pipe problem on his Fiesta R5 just cost him that win when we were here last year. So hopefully things are going to go well for him this season. And in the first rally of the year, he's doing well. Fastest in stage 1 and third quickest in stage 2 for Lukyanuk. This is Kajetan Kajetanovic, then the defending ERC champion from 2017. Taking a bit of a gamble is Kaito, choosing to start 15th on the road. It doesn't look like it paid off. He finished stage 1 well down in 7th place, just 1.8 seconds behind the fastest stage time there. Disappointing start for Kaito in his season, but remember, he hasn't been in a car since Latvia last year, so it's taking a bit of time for him to get back into the groove. But as we follow him here in our ERC helicopter, stage 2 went much better for him, and he finished second quickest through this one. Two stages down, 16 stages this weekend we have on the island of San Miguel in the Azores. 2 stage wins to Lukyanuk. Ricardo Mora with 1 stage win, winning stage number 2 for him, but Lukyanuk doing well so far. Kaito just having a small lead of 2.1 seconds over Lukyanuk. As we head on to the rest of the stages now. Stage 5 and 6 coming up. The service park is based right in the centre of town in the ferry port. Downtown location for the service park, but out in the countryside, this is where the action is happening as we tackle stage number 5 now. It's 7.01 kilometres in length. It's run 73% of it is on gravel, 27% of it is on asphalt. And then on to stage 6, which is just 7.46 kilometres in length, which is nearly all on gravel. But here we go with Marianne Griebel, Germany's hot, young, rising star in the ERC, driving the Skoda Fabia R5, having that prize win in Cyprus last season, but steps up to the big game this year. Marianne Griebel certainly enjoying the new four-wheel drive technology, as in Raf Shamasis. Griebel had a puncture on stage 6 after hitting a wall, but Raf Shamasis is also having less luck than Griebel today. He's carrying 2 spare wheels in the back of his car. In stage 5 he hit a rock, front left wheel rim, that's damaged. Some steering damage too, and a puncture for him in stage number 6, the front right this time. Now this is a Jose Lopez in the 208 T16, works driver from Peugeot. Great to see them back in the championship this season. Rallye is certainly taking its toll on him. Damage for him, damaging a wheel in stage number 6. His teammate Suarez, the Spanish driver, is driving well in the Peugeot T16, gaining time all the time. You hear the car on the limiter there as it just gets a little bit of airtime over the jump on the tarmac. He's also benefiting from the other drivers having punctures and pushing up hard. As for Kajetan Kajetanovic and his regular co-driver Yaroslav Baran alongside him, the double ERC champion crashed out early in stage number 5. Watch this now, a bit of high-speed onboard action for you as it all goes wrong for the two-time pole ace.
50 środkiem, 5 lewy, szybki. Dobra, okej, zjedź tu, jeżeli dasz radę.
Testament to the strength of the cars here. Both driver and co-driver are okay, but the Fiesta's looking a little bit sorry for itself. And that's not continuing today.
Tutaj zjedź całkiem w lewo.
Jak wygląda water pressure?
So with heavy impact to the front radiator matrix, day over for Kaito.
In one corner over the crest, I lose the line and I touched the bank, and that was over. But I hope we can be on the road tomorrow.
So everyone at the Lotus Rallye team working hard to put Kaito's car back together again. Well, the technical infrastructure in the front of his car to get that back up and running for leg 2 in the Azores. So we continue now with Marian Griebel. And this is the iconic stage now, round the top of the volcano, Sate Cidades, the place that every rally driver wants to go, and it's on their bucket list to do. It's one of the most iconic stages on the European Rally Championship. It's absolutely stunning if you're watching the drivers, but scary when you're driving round the top of this volcano. Visibility is not too bad today for the drivers. Griebel enjoying it, pushing hard. So is Jose Suarez. Suarez has been getting stronger and stronger as the day goes on. Peugeot looked a bit off pace on the opening couple of stages of the event, but going well today, though picking up some front damage on stage number 7.
You have to be always close to the both walls, but you have to go fast, and half line is really hard, and this is the less I expect to do on this stage.
With Nikolai Gryazin, the Russian driver, now he's leading the under-28 class, so that's the U28 class here on the ERC, now 3rd overall in the rally as well. The talented Russian is really starting to make a name for himself and certainly starting to cement his title on the ERC, pushing hard, starting off in the Junior Championship, but driving these four-wheel drive R5s. He's certainly maturing, despite being only 19 years of age. Slightly older driver Ricardo Mora. Now Mora won this event last season and benefiting and capitalising on Kaito crashing out in stage 5, but he's still very, very quick. He won 2 of the opening stages of the rally. And knows that with a little bit of consistency and careful driving, he could be doing well. He's breathing down the back of Alexei Lukyanuk as well, so keeping up the pace with him. On board with Alexei Lukyanuk now, driving that Fiesta R5. Alexei Antonov is his co-driver. Alexei's completely in the zone and no stranger to the Sate Cidades stage. This is the volcano stage. Alexei fastest in both stage 5 and stage 6 this morning, and his pace just seems to be in a complete league of his own. Over 20 seconds quicker than Ricardo Mora on stage number 7.
stage. Definitely the most maybe technical and entertaining stage in my career I drove.
So it looks like this then. After 7 completed stages here on the opening round of the season, Lukkenuk's got a comfortable 41.3 second lead over Ricardo Mora. Bruno Magalhaes is just 9.6 seconds behind Mora, lying in 3rd overall. Coming up, still more to play for here in the Azores. Stay with us, we'll be back in a minute. Welcome back to the Azores. It's the opening round of the FIA European Rally Championship for 2016, and Alexei Lukkenuk, the fast Russian rocket, is leading the event at the moment. And to finish up leg 1, I'm going to highlight it round stage number 10. It's the second pass round Sate Cidades, the volcano stage. It's on the far western edge of the island of San Miguel, deep in the Atlantic Ocean, and we're strapped in and on board with Suarez, who has a bit of a moment. He's not driving on 2 wheels at the moment, it's just our onboard camera that's just been pushed over to the side, but you can see rear left wheel damage from Suarez just hitting the wall of the volcano there, just in a narrow section. It's barely a car's width wide in places, and this young Spanish driver just not quite used to the technical surface that we have here in the Azores on the ERC just yet, but he'll learn quickly. Drops him down to 26th place overall after that problem, losing time. As our camera picks up the action with Nikolai Gryazin driving the Fabia R5. Gryazin's just a little bit off the pace through stage 10, but he's still leading the under-28 category. However, for his rivals, they're close behind him. He's got to fight hard on leg 2 to keep them from losing his position at the top of the leaderboard. Another driver in the under-28 category is Marian Griebel, the German driver. Having a disastrous start to the day with a puncture in the morning, Griebel was fighting back and fighting back well, and after the long run through stage number 10, he's closing in on the leader in the under-28 category. You see Suarez pulled over at the side of the road there, just doing a little bit of work on his car as Griebel flies past. Absolutely breathtaking scenery here. Okay, Ricardo Mora then, he's into the stage. Now he's driving a Fiesta R5. It was a relatively slow run for Ricardo Mora round stage number 10. He was unable to close the gap between him and Alexei Lukkenuk. Ricardo Mora's in 2nd in the rally at the moment. Is now under a little bit of pressure from Bruno Magalhaes, his fellow Portuguese competitor, who's breathing down the rear of his bumper at the moment. But Mora's still pretty quick. But pushing really hard is Bruno Magalhaes, arguably the star of the day here. Magalhaes has won this event 2 times before. That was when he was driving a Peugeot S2000. Everything seems to be working well for Bruno Magalhaes so far. First time that he's driven this Skoda Fabia R5 here in the Azores. He was saying to us that at the end of the stages that it's absolutely fantastic equipment and just feels so good to drive.
All drivers must to be here to make this stage. It's incredible, and okay, now the tire choice was not the correct, because I'm with soft compound, and for this loop if I was with the medium was better. But okay, that's it. I'm very happy. Long time to make one rally, and for the moment is perfect.
So you can see here Magalhaes' progress through the stages here in the Azores. Just see how his as the rally has moved on towards stage 10, just how his pace has got quicker and quicker. Third fastest through stage 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. Second quickest through stage 10. Now Alexei Lukanuk has been really quick here today, dominating the morning's run, and only for a puncture to put him under pressure. He's never lost the lead and has fought back. Second fastest through in stage 10 for Alexei Lukanuk. Second pass round the volcano stage at the moment. He's still the man to beat. Bruno Magalhaes might have to do something pretty special during leg 2 to try and catch Alexei Lukanuk, who just can't drive any slower than maximum. He's tried backing off in the past, it just doesn't work for the way his brain, eyes and hands all seem to coordinate together. Sit back and relax and watch this stuff.
It's a stage where you have no time to think. You just like a machine, tune, 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 left, right, right, left, 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 right, right. That's all. Yeah, let's finish. Oh, nice.
So that's what goes on in his head then. So Alexei Lukanuk's view of how it all goes together. 27.8 seconds the lead over Bruno Magalhaes at the end of the day. Okay, ERC Junior Championship time. And this is Katie Munnings from the UK. Two girls battling it head-to-head in the Junior Championship, along with a few boys as well mixed in there to keep them all on their toes. Katie Munnings, it's her first time for it in the Azores, and a bit of a crash on the opening day. So that was all over for the Peugeot UK driver. Just mishearing a pace note, thought she was somewhere else in the stage, and the car was too badly damaged to continue, using it as a learning curve. Filip Marez from the Czech Republic in a 208 R2. Battled all day today until stage number 9 when he hit a large rock in the stage and was forced to stop to change the wheel and lost 4 minutes and 30 seconds. Finished the day 4th overall. Another one of our Czech drivers, Karel Kupek. He was held on to 3rd all day long, had an accident in stage number 10, and the rally was over for him. Alex Zawada from Poland. Zawada took advantage of the situation with his drivers just dropping like flies around him, and for his birthday present himself, the Polish driver took 3rd position overall after leg 1. And Jari Huntonen, a new face on the ERC from Finland. He won half of all the stages today. The gap was less than 1 second between him and the leader of the category in the junior under-27 category at the end of the day. Jari was pushing Chris Ingram, his fellow teammate, pretty hard all day. At the end of the day, he was 4.7 seconds behind Ingram. Chris Ingram has been on the island many times before, and he was driving in the Opel Adam last season, so he's got new teammates this year. But capitalising on his knowledge of competing here on the event in the Azores in the past. Got the stage advantage going on for him as well. The battle for the win in the under-27s is pretty intense.
Oh, it's been an incredible battle. Like, Marcus Gronholm's backing this guy to WRC, so he's got to be very talented, and he's proved that today, to be fair.
Chris has got to watch Jari Huntonen, then his teammate, breathing down his bumper. 4.7 seconds behind him at the end of the day. Alex Zawada lying in 3rd in the Junior Championship. Well, they're all under 27 years old, and they've all got talent, and they decided to prove it in the ERC Junior Championship. Filip Marez, 25 from the Czech Republic, went out of the road in the morning. Fog was a big problem for him. made a good comeback though, from 5th to 3rd position overall. From Castrol Team Turkey, Bugra Banaz. He's won many titles in Turkey in the past, but this is his ERC debut when he made it in Cyprus last year. By day he's a computer engineer and he's embarking on a full season in the ERC under-27 category. Alex Zavada returns for the whole season this year, but starting off this year in a Peugeot 208. When we go to the Canaries for the next round of the championship, he'll switch back to his own Opel Adam.
4 minus right, title 3, mud. 50. 4 right, mud on the
Stage victory for Zavada in stage number 13, showing his motivation. As for Jari Huntonen, this promising Opel driver is pushing hard all weekend and takes the lead of the event after stage 15 during leg 2. But unfortunately he crashes just 500 meters from the end of the final stage of the rally. As for Chris Ingram, the ERC 3 champion from last year, has no other goals this weekend but to win. Winner in the Azores in 2015, Ingram really likes this rally, but lost his confidence in stage number 14. But his aim is to stay focused here, despite being in the fog. We're following him in leg 2 at the moment, towards the end of the rally. But Chris is showing maturity and learning rally by rally how to control this little Opel Adam. Ultimately, it's a victory for him, sweeping home some good points on the opening round of the Under-27 Championship this season. Comfortable lead for him, Ingram, Zavada and Mares. That's the way the podium looks after round 1 of the Under-27 Championship. Coming up next, who will win Rally Azores? The answer will be just after the break. Stay tuned from the ERC. Welcome back to the FIA European Rally Championship. This is the ERC and it's the opening round of the season, if you could see it. Deep in the Atlantic Ocean, the weather certainly changes pretty quickly round here, from sunshine to fog to rain, 4 seasons or more or less in one day. And for Jan Černý, he's been driving really well and really consistently all weekend as he starts his 2017 ERC campaign. Černý was doing well in the Skoda. Following him round stage 12 and 13 now. Over the super special stage in the bottom of a quarry.
The previous days we wasn't be really happy because, you know, now we change many things, small things, and it works much better. You know, still not perfect, but much better.
As for Marian Griebel, another driver that's been steadily improving throughout the rally, suffered a puncture on leg 1, but fighting back in the U28 category class today. He was fastest in stage 12, so well done to Marian Griebel for doing that one. Over the big, iconic Azorean super special jump in the quarry, as we switch to our attention to Nikolai Gryazin, if we could see him through the fog. Gryazin hit a rock and picked up a puncture in stage 12. Damaged his power steering in the car, so his arms were absolutely screaming with pain towards the end of the first loop of stages on leg 2. Struggling with that one.
We broke power steering on the second stage, so it was very difficult to drive, and third stage we drive without power steering, so now we'll fix it, and next run will be, I think, better.
As for Jose Suarez, the team did a fantastic job down in the service park in Ponta Delgada to rebuild the car after he'd crashed on stage 10, but then crashed again in stage 12. Broken wheel for him this time, and a broken steering arm. Tried to fix it at the side of the stage, as you can see here from our footage. Nothing that a quick kick up the back of the Peugeot can sort out to straighten things out.
Gonna make it.
And after a little bit of innovative engineering, he's on his way. So with Suarez on the road again, we switch our attention to Bruno Magalhaes, who was third quickest on stage 12 and fast becoming a contender to win this event here at the moment. Bruno Magalhaes has been very, very consistent so far with the changeable conditions here on the island of San Miguel. Making his way through the fog is Alexei Lukyanuk. The rally leader was pushing hard on the narrow stages. Things are going well for him. Until this.
130. Ёпта, идиот! Нет!
Clearly not everything's going well for Alexei Lukyanuk. Not a happy Russian driver, just clipping a rock on the inside there and breaking the steering arm on his car. A little bit of tension inside the cabin of the R5 Fiesta, and Lukyanuk has to do some makeshift roadside repairs.
In the first gear corner, there was a rock inside, so we touched it and broke the steering arm. That's all. I need to reset. That's it. Today I'm set, tomorrow I'll be fun.
So from hero to zero in the space of about 20 metres, Lukyanuk retires from the rally, and leaving it wide open for the other drivers to all capitalise on that and move up the leaderboard. We'll see Alexei again soon, I'm sure of it. Next up then at the ERC, it's stage 14 and 15. Villafranca, Seon Barras, and then on to stage number 15 after that. Watching Jan Černý now, car number 9, Skoda Fabia R5 from the Czech Republic. He's been having a good day and looks like everything was all going well with a possible podium until this. Crashed on the car in stage 15, dropping down the Dorder and out of the rally. This is Josh Moffat, second time that Josh, the Irish driver, has competed here in the Azores. Last time he was here, he pulled his rear right wheel off, but he's back again, having another go in 2017, and manages to stay out of trouble this rally, making up time. And as the others had problems, he's driving with complete trust of his co-driver, James Fullerton. Both from Ireland, both on the ERC this season. Both having fun here. Marianne Griebel's leading the under-28 class and up to second place overall in the standing here in the Azores. He's still on the pace. Third quickest on stage 14 as well for Marianne Griebel. In the same equipment. But the Russian driver Nikolai Gryazin picks up another puncture today as well. He's been very, very quick so far, but is finally running out of luck on the rally. So just nursing the car home with that puncture. As for Bruno Magalhaes, with Alexei out, the rally leader is doing pretty well now. Moving up in stage 14, he was second fastest through the stage after Lukyanuk had to retire. Magalhaes has won this rally twice before. Could this be his third win? Look at the times on the board then. Comfortable gap then after stage 15 of over a minute ahead of Griebel. Josh Moffat lying in third overall. Lopez is in fourth. Nikolai Gryazin is fifth overall. On to the final stage of the event then, and we're with Josh Moffat. Great result for him in the Azores as he comes up the hill towards the end of the latter part of the stage.
Oh, it's unbelievable. That last stage, the nerves were just going a bit there. We were just trying to keep it nice and tidy, and so rough in places and the fog as well, so we just try to keep it as tidy as possible and get through there.
So Josh Moffat then third overall in the event. Marianne Griebel heading to win the junior under-28 class. An impressive second overall outing for him in the Skoda Fabia. Last time we saw him driving this was his prize drive in Cyprus at the end of last season after he won the ERC Junior Championship last year. Looks like it's going to be a very close competition here in 2017. So as Griebel comes towards the end of the final stage of the event, he's the winner in the under-28 class, finishes second overall in the Azores, the opening round of the season on the FIA ERC.
In Cyprus it was already really good, but here with 28 R5 cars competing, I would never think before that we can reach the second place overall here, and it was nearly a perfect rally for me. A lot of fun, and I had a perfect car thanks to Baumschlager Rally and Racing Team and to all my sponsors, and this is amazing.
So at the end of the stage then, in the fog, congratulated by his friend Nikolai Gryazin, who they both competed in the Junior Championship alongside each other last season. But this is Bruno Magalhaes then, the first outing in the Azores, driving a Skoda Fabia R5. He said this weekend that the equipment was feeling absolutely perfect to drive. He's won the Azores 2 times in the past, and his experience here has paid off eventually. And with the demise of the other competitors in the stage and some absolutely sterling driving this weekend, Magalhaes brings it home to win the rally for the 3rd time in his career. Clearly everyone's excited for his win here in the Azores. 3rd time he's done it. Friends and family congratulating him in the fog and the doom and the gloom at the stop line.
I didn't expect that. He's just amazing, just perfect. Thanks to my sponsors who give me this opportunity. To my family, to everybody, to the team. I don't have so many words.
Those sponsors, are they going to now help you try and continue in the European Rally Championship? You've got 25 points minimum here.
I hope you can talk with him. The sponsor is here. Ask him if he can get some money more.
So Magalhaes clearly shocked and emotional at the end of 16 special stages on the opening round of the season. The way it all looks then as we wrap it up here in the Azores. Magalhaes with a comfortable lead over Marianne Griebel of 1 minute 34.4 seconds. Taking 3rd place on the podium in the centre of Ponta Delgada was Josh Moffat, the 2nd time that Josh had arrived down here in the Azores, and this time he completed it. But all eyes and the champagne spraying, it's Bruno Magalhaes. Takes home the coveted silverware for the 3rd time here in the Azores. 38 points as well, he continues the ERC campaign. 26 points to Marianne Griebel. Moffat sweeping up some points as well. 20 points for Moffat. So with the silverware dished out, the podium celebrations all underway. We're going to be in for a great season as we head on to the Canary Islands next, which runs from the 4th to the 8th of May. We've certainly opened the season in style. We'll see you next time.